Hello,
Hey
hello.
hey, Evan, how you doing?
Good. How's it going?
Going well, thanks.
Sorry about that. I had one of my clients, he's having like a crazy fucking situation. He's like, I gotta pause. I was like, don't worry, like you're good.
It happens.
Yeah. How's your week going, man?
Going well. Just continuing the journey. How did those new dealerships go? Did you schedule interviews with them?
Very well. Closed one of them. Um and I actually got my first check from them today, which I'm happy about.
Nice.
Other one, I have a meeting with them. What's today's date? 28th. Next week, I have a meeting with both of them on the same day because they're right around the corner from each other, and hoping to close some type of deal with both.
Perfect. What
Yeah.
what are you looking to do?
So for the Mercedes dealership, I had them at 8,500 a month.
Hmm.
Um, and they kept asking, like, basically when I walked in there, like I already had the deal before I even walked in.
Yeah.
Uh, and I pitched them what I pitched them, and I spent 2.5 hours with the VP of the company, just talking and just building rapport. And during those 2.5 hours, he was like, "Can you do this for us? Can you do this for us? Can you do this for us?" So it's like they can't say no to that price now, because they actually added even more value into what I was proposing.
Hmm.
Um, and for the Porsche dealership, not really sure because it's kind of a weird situation over there. They're owned by, I don't know if you've heard of Penske.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like a huge corporation. I actually used to work for them. I fucking hated it. But they have the leash so tight on them
Hmm.
as far as spending and social media. Like they don't even give them access to their social media. They have to like submit stuff to them. So I gotta figure it out. My cousin is actually one of the managers there, so that's how
Oh, you
I
got
have
it
my
in,
in.
so yeah.
Yeah, I got in, and they've been waiting for me to come there for a couple of years now. They always say as soon as you quit your job, come here. So it's just a matter of like agreeing on a number with them.
Hmm. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem at all.
Yeah, even if I gotta go low for them, like I think the content that I'll get out of it will be worth it.
Hmm.
And at least puts my foot in the door and starts something.
So what's your current number at? What are you at now? How many clients?
So next week, hopefully, I'll have a total of three dealerships.
Hmm.
And I was actually just looking at my chart.
And they're all at 8,900?
Uh, one is seven. One, hopefully, I'll agree on 8,500, and then the
Hmm.
other one,
Go for
honestly,
11.
like no. So the thing with them, the difficult is that like they they can't have too big of a number because they're trying to kind of bury paying me in like all their expense sheets, according to them. So they said like, why don't we just hire you to create a few pieces of content a month for us to use on social media, and they'll at least start getting the ball rolling, and
Hmm.
then we can bring you on as a social media manager.
Yeah, they're looking to test the waters to see if you can deliver. That's why they're doing that.
Oh yeah.
So you can be like, hey, look, we can do this amount and we'll set aside this amount for ads or however you want to structure it, or like for videographers, editors to like really make it more in depth, and then that will make them more willing because you just need to establish the value, right? Like you establish
Mhm.
the value with the other places, and now you can do that with this place too.
So I think my minimum for this dealership will be probably like either 1,700 or 2,000 a month. Just to go in there, create a few pieces of content every month, and just give it to
Mhm.
them.
Yeah, if that's all they want, that's fine. But if you can talk to them about, hey, look, if you do these daily content, we can make a lot quicker traction, or however you word it, and like show your examples from previous work and say, look
Hmm.
how fast we can grow if we do this strategy, and it only costs this much. And you price anchor them. You say, I have a $20,000 a month plan, I have a $15,000 a month plan, a 10, a 5. I would recommend the 10 plan for what you're trying to accomplish, and just explain in detail what that will look like for them. Because at the end of the day, why are they doing this? They want a return on the investment, right?
Hmm.
They don't care about being famous. They care about selling more vehicles. So
Hmm.
if you can demonstrate that they'll 3x, their income on whatever they invest in you, that should be a no-brainer for them.
Hmm. So kind of come in there and just hit them with like two or three different plans and be like, here are the
Yeah, we,
plans,
we
but
have
if
we
you
have
want to actually
options.
succeed, yeah.
Exactly. We have options. We can do whichever one you want. I specialize in this. If you really want to hit the ground running, succeed, and start landing more sales through social media, this is how we do it. And you
Hmm.
you list it out.
All right, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I'll definitely end up doing that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 7 coaching clients currently.
Nice. And
Yeah.
what are you at for each one of those?
Most of them are 3K. One of them is a 5K.
Okay. And are you finding an easier time landing the coaching clients or landing the businesses?
Probably the businesses, the bit surprisingly, like the bigger ticket items, which is the businesses. And I'm very picky for right now. I'm very picky with who I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like these three are three dealerships that really have kind of been watching me for a while and been waiting for me to come in. So honestly, just with one dealership, I'm making more than I was before I quit my job.
Exactly.
Yeah. So anything on top of that is kind of just a bonus at this very point.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to lock in too many dealerships because then it keeps me tied to this zip code, you know,
Mm-hmm. Well, you can
where
always hire employees, right? It doesn't have to
right.
be a one-man show.
True, 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 true. I just, I'm waiting to hear back. I applied for my LLC last week.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting to hear back on that, so I'm excited about that.
So you have 7 coaching clients and you
Hmm.
have 3 dealerships, or about to have 3 dealerships.
Hmm.
Um, what are your goals? What's the next phase? What does Evan 2.0 look like?
More coaching clients,
How many do you want?
at least 5 more.
And how are you a client? How are you acquiring the clients you've gotten so far?
Instagram.
And
So
how are you doing that? You just direct message them, or
direct
they reach
message
out to
them.
you?
Mostly, I'm reaching out to them.
And
I have a
what niche
whole
are you focusing on?
mostly autumn. So I'm focusing on 3 different niches right now, because it seems to be the ones that are working well for me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when they go back and look at my page. So automotive, uh, automotive, so like car dealerships, detail shops, wrap shops.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have barbers, and then realtors.
And the 7 you have, what are the majority of them?
Automotive.
Okay, so I would.
Automotive, and one of them is, um, I'm sorry, one of them is a barber, and one of them is realtor.
Okay, so you have 5 automotive, 1 barber, 1 realtor.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you see the trend. So you double down on automotive
Hmm.
because that's clearly working. That's the majority of your business. So if you want to get, more coaching clients, you said you wanted 5 more coaching clients, right?
Hmm.
I double down on your automotive outreach and you'll land those very quickly. How many people are you outreaching to compared to how many clients do you land?
I have a whole tracking sheet, so I'm just looking at it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's tough to say how many I'm doing a week. I should be doing 50 a week, to be honest with you.
50 outreaches per week, and you land
Yeah,
1 per
and I'm
week.
not. Yeah, that seemed to be working when I was doing 50. It's
Okay,
just a
so
matter of finding.
so it's simple math. If you wanted the 5 this week, just reach out to 250 people, right?
Mhm,
You you're averaging 1 out of 50. You
mhm,
want 5 more. 5 times 50, 250.
mm, mm,
And
mm.
if you wanted to be Evan 2.0 this week, right? Want to get 5 more coaching clients, that's an extra 15K a month. You can do that right now. Just double down on automotive, reach out to 250 people, and you'll land 5 clients. It's just a numbers game. It's that simple.
Have you always been this good with numbers?
I guess, yeah. I liked math in school. That was fun.
You're
But yeah,
you're
like
one of the only ones.
that's all sales is, right? People think it's emotional and psychological, and there's aspects in that. But at the end of the day, the person who knocks on more doors will get more business.
Yeah, and I pretty much have like everything that I need to pitch just memorized by now. Like I
Yeah,
mean,
and you've already done it. You have the proof of concept down pat. I would recommend start recording your calls, so then you can train sales team to handle it. So they'll do the outreach for you. They'll land the future clients, and you just give them 20%. You don't even
okay.
have to pay them until they acquire a client because you're at a high price point. So you say, "Hey, look, my price point is what 3K a month."
Hmm.
So
No,
you
3K in total.
3K total.
Hmm.
Okay, so you say, "Hey, hey, salesperson, my program is 3K. That means if you land a client, you get $600, and I'll show you how to land multiple clients per week." And then they do all the legwork for you. So the easiest way to start doing that is record all your calls, screen record your outreach process and how you go about
Hmm.
it, and then you just have a little mini course for your sales team. Say, hey, look, this is how I outreach. This is how many minimum you should outreach per day, and how you should do it, and this is how you should conduct yourself on the calls. And you give the calls of successful closed clients. So like record
Hmm.
1 to 3 of them. That should be enough for them to be like, oh, okay, this is how I do it.
Hmm. Hmm. All right, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I like that.
Mhm.
I uh I booked a trip to Miami for mid-October. I
Mhm.
got invited down to a really cool networking event with Grant Cardone's partner, Jalal Abdul Williams, and a
Mhm.
couple other guys. One guy who's going to be there owns Prestige Imports, which is like one of the biggest car dealerships.
Mhm.
But he does like aviation, yachts, motorcycles, like all this huge umbrella. So I'm really looking forward to connecting with him. But I figured I'm gonna go down there for 9 days, and I already hit up a whole bunch of places and people for me to do work with. So far, I have two that I actually booked with, and I'm hoping this is gonna not only cover my expenses but make me money when I go down there.
Oh yeah, it definitely will make you money.
Yeah, and I figure Miami is the perfect place to do it.
Hmm. Yeah, just double down on what's already working, right? So however you landed clients, just keep doing that process, and
Hmm.
it should be a no-brainer for them because you're providing so much value to them.
Right, right, right. Yeah, yeah. So I'm excited about that.
Excellent.
Yeah. And sleep wise, haven't had a lucid dream yet. I've been remembering my dreams when I first wake up.
Hmm.
Um, but I find myself like pattern wise, like as far as like sleeping, like I don't have anything that's like tracking my movements or anything, but like I know I've been waking up like super early, like in the morning, and then like falling back to sleep and
Hmm.
like weird like interval patterns. I don't know if like any of the dreaming has anything to do with it because I'm trying to remember them or not.
Yeah, when you try to force it, you can wake yourself up, but like you'll get in the habit of going through a full sleep cycle and you have, those 3 to 5 dreams each night, and you'll remember clips from each of them and maybe
Hmm.
like the full of the last dream you had. And that will be enough to start forming the patterns to then you can become lucid in those like earlier dreams
Hmm.
too. Because like sometimes what people don't even realize is they're having lucid dreams, and it's like the first 3 dreams that they're lucid in, and they just don't remember them. So a good like strategy to employ is before you go to sleep, have an intention of what you actually want to do in the lucid dream, and intend to yourself that you will remember this dream. So like whatever has been like, needling you in the back of your mind, whatever mental block or limiting belief you've been, tussling with, that's the time to be like, okay, I'm going to have a lucid dream about this. I'm going to work through it. I'm going to see, a desired reality that I want to create. What does it
Hmm.
look like when I've landed my 5 new clients, when I've, increased the business, when I've had, when I have employees and salespeople, et cetera? What does that feel like? And experience that lucid dream, and then you can hold that feeling throughout your day as you create that reality. And it takes away all the stress and all the anguish that comes along with being in, growing your business.
Mm. So you're saying kind of tell myself this is what I want to dream about?
Yeah, like otherwise it's like you're pulling up the maps application and you don't give it a destination, right? So you just
Mm.
blindly go into a lake. You gotta have a set path. Okay, I'm going to this restaurant, or I'm going to this dealership. It's like set that intention as you're falling asleep of like what you actually want to do in the dream, and then what that will do is it will induce a lucid dream. And you might not
Okay.
remember it at first, but if you keep doing that over and over and over again, it should get more and more lucid and remember more and more. Because
Now,
like,
do I? Mhm.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I can't continue.
Oh, because like, what's happening in your waking world is
Hmm.
a reflection of what you've been doing during your dream time. Like everything you're experiencing now, landing the dealership, getting more dealerships, having this new goal for more clients, you first establish that in your dreams of like what are the logical possible scenarios that my life can go, and you clearly set that as your path, and that's why you're experiencing this reality. And when sometimes it's really easy to take action, like those 50 outreaches a week, sometimes it just feels so natural. It's like, oh, I should outreach now. That's your subconscious finding those
Hmm.
patterns for you to align with that reality.
Now, do I tell myself this before or after my mantra?
As you're falling asleep, if you've been keeping up with the mantra and you've been doing that for several days in a row, you should be in the habit of accepting that as your new reality by now. And then what your intention is, I'm remembering my dreams now. So that means I can become self-aware in my dreams, because I know dreams feel different than reality. I know
Hmm.
there's a clear difference. It could be intangible, it could be just like a sense, but I know I can have that feeling. And now that I know that I can have that feeling and I know I can control my dreams, what do I actually want to do in the dream? Why do I want to control it? Like what's the reason I want to become lucid? What experience do I want to have? What scenario do I want to run through? What past memory do I want to get closure from? Whatever that is for you, get very clear on that and set that as in your intention. And then as you drift off to sleep with that intention, you'll experience that in the dream.
Okay. 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 That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because what we find is like with my advanced students, they've been lucid dreaming so long, and they've literally had every type of experience you could possibly imagine. Like treating it like a video game, literally living out every desire. And then they get to the point where, like, should I keep waking up in this reality, like, having this experience, like what's the point, right? And then they train themselves out of they do deeper lucid dreams where they go dreams within dreams so they can be in there longer. And then to hold that dream longer, you have to train yourself into believing that as your new reality. So until you actually wake up from that reality, you think that was your whole timeline for that period of time. So it's a
Wow.
really interesting phenomenon. Like you're just at the beginning steps of it, because like you still have to go through the process of literally, oh, I can have any type of experience I want in my dream. Laws of physics don't apply. I can meet up with
Hmm.
anybody throughout time, space. Wow, this is pretty cool. And then once you do all that, some people want to be superheroes, some people want to become God, some people want to astral project, whatever that looks like, and how that
Hmm.
expands for you. Once you get to the point where, like your waking reality kind of matches everything you're trying to create. And you always have new goals, you always have new, relationships you want to have, new monetary ambitions. There's always going to be that next step. But as long as you're enjoying the process, that's all that matters, right?
All right, cool. Is there anything I should be like saying to myself to get my brain to kind of put myself into that mindset of this is what my I want my dream to be about?
Yeah, like it's just like making goals in your reality, right? You
Hmm.
set an intention, you write it down, you think about it as already being accomplished, and then as you drift off to sleep, you intend to have that dream. And then if you're having trouble falling asleep, repeat yourself over and over, I become lucid in my dreams. I become lucid in my dreams. I become lucid in my
Hmm.
dreams until it just forms a habit where you accept that as your new reality, right? It's like learning how to ride a bike, right? You had
Hmm.
to intend yourself, I'm going to learn how to ride this bike because I'm going to fall down a bunch, right? And it's going to be a janky process, but I will get to the point where I will ride the bike. And you had to visualize
Hmm.
yourself riding the bike before you could actually achieve it in your three-dimensional reality. And it's just like with anything else. It's something most people don't even think about. They just do it unconsciously. But if you really intend and focus on what you want to create, you can get there a lot quicker because you set that intention in your subconscious and then it forms the habit for you so it feels effortless.
Mm, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. Cool, man. Well, I'm gonna try that tonight. I'm gonna like
Yeah.
tell myself what I want because I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, you
Like
gotta
actually.
intend, set an intention of what you're trying to accomplish. Just like you're trying to get 5 new students, you're setting intention for the dream of what you want to experience and what you want to overcome or what you want to understand,
Mhm.
whatever that is for you.
And just kind of like say that loud and then start drifting asleep.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah,
already
say it
kind
out
of in
loud,
my
say it in your
mind.
mind, however you want it. Yeah, and just
Mhm.
repeat it on a loop as you drift off to sleep. Right? It's like you're running through that. We talked about running through a visualization of your perfect dream day. It's like that. You keep it on a loop until you fall asleep, and then that impresses your subconscious mind because that's the feeling you held as you were falling asleep. And the feeling
Mhm.
you hold as you're falling asleep, that's what then your brain is illuminating over. It's like just stating that memory. It's like you downloaded software and right as
Mhm.
you were falling asleep. And now that software is being downloaded into your subconscious and it's
Mhm.
accepting it as its new reality.
It's a great way of putting
Yeah.
it. Cool, man. Yeah, I'll try that tonight. I'll let you
Yeah,
know how that
definitely. Let
works.
me know how it goes and good luck with the Miami trip.
Thank you. And also, in advance, that thank you for taking the time to talk to my sister. I don't know, did that happen yet?
Oh yeah, I think she's scheduled a call for tomorrow. So yeah, I'll look forward to that and I'll let you know how it goes. At the very least, I'll give her some direction and see what her goals are.
Yeah, she definitely needs help, like in the sleeping department. I
Hmm.
think she doesn't get enough sleep, and her whole sleeping schedule is messed up, and
Yeah, that affects your whole life if you don't have that first thing
your
down.
whole life, man.
Yeah,
When you're not sleeping, you're not doing well.
yeah. I'll see what I can do for her.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, man. How's social media going this week?
We're starting to bounce back. I'm having them manually post on YouTube and TikTok, and I've set the strategy. It's like we're going to replicate whatever the most popular videos are, and
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be a portion of the 12. And that seems to be working really well for TikTok. We're starting to get over 1,000 views for some of the videos now. So kind of like that's what we started off getting.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube still grind, still figuring that out, but it's a process. I'm viewing it as a long-term play, so I'm not worried about the
Mm-hmm.
day to day. As long as we're making progress each day and we're learning something, that's all I care about.
Nice, nice, nice. And as far as the type of videos you guys are doing, are you guys starting to experiment with different things and
Yeah,
more
for
styles like what I sent you?
yeah, for TikTok specifically, like it's like showing a pretty image and then having a bunch of text that's positive and motivational, and then the text is just too much text for the size of the video, so the video ends up looping 2 or 3 times for them to read the entire text, and then that triggers to the algorithm of, oh, this is a really good video because they watched it 3 times.
Mm.
And that's why we're like getting boosts on those type of videos, and they're just simple to make. You put in a trending sound, have a beautiful background, and then have a bunch of text. It's like, let me show you an example of one of the, like
And
this
is that
one.
just working on TikTok or is that working on the
Yeah,
other
that's just for
platform?
TikTok we're experimenting. See, like it's a it's a nice background, and we have a bunch of text in it, and the video is
Mhm.
like 6 seconds long, so it loops 2 or 3 times for them to read the whole
It's just
text.
looping. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
and those are the ones that are getting over like 1,000 views, and um,
You know
yeah.
what I've seen do really well on just any social media is same concept, but instead of having them like all scatter throughout the video, make the video like say it's just like a beautiful picture of I don't know like a mountain or a lake or something,
Hmm.
and you just have like a kind of a long quote, right? Like one long quote, but you make the video like 6 seconds long, 5 to 6 seconds long,
Yeah.
and just make the music like kind of loop. So it doesn't seem like it's a new song, it's just kind of going throughout. I've seen those do really, really well.
Can you send
I
me
forget the name.
can you text me an example of one of those when you find it again? We'll definitely
Yeah,
recreate that.
I gotta find it. There was this one page that was doing it, and they were getting like almost millions of views.
Yeah, because
And
it's like that positive content, because most people listen to it with the sound off, so they're reading anyways. And then that loop is what, triggers the algorithm to be like, oh, okay, this
Mhm.
must be a really good video if they're watching it over and over. This is like a
Exactly.
hit. This is like a hit movie that people watched a million times. It's like
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, I'll try to find that.
cool.
How's Instagram going for you guys? I know you were having
Yeah, I got
troubles
rid
with
of
it.
the cold outreacher. So I got to figure out a new strategy that we're doing now for landing new coaching clients, because I'm not using the cold outreacher anymore. I got to figure that out.
Hmm.
Right now I have someone on LinkedIn doing that. So we'll see how that plays out. And then I started the cold calling journey again for, setting up interviews for the marketing business.
Hmm.
Getting a really good response. That I think I need to add a marketing section to my website, because like I say, hey, we're making a documentary about entrepreneurship, and then they see lucid dreaming, and then I have to explain lucid dreaming to them,
Yeah.
which is good because like they might be a client from that, but it's just like I gotta figure out a way to word this where is the documentary just a side project? Is it leading into the marketing company where I then help them with their social media? I'm still working out the minutia of that, but we'll see how it
Mm,
plays out.
gotcha, gotcha. Yeah. No, that would probably be a really good idea. Just to kind of break off from just lucid dreaming if you're trying to like branch out a little bit past.
Yeah, like I really only see it as, because like I can see my main goal is to, grow enough to where I can fund engineering projects. Like that's my end
Hmm.
goal. So like whether that's lucid dreaming, social media, or helping businesses with their marketing efforts, like or some combination of the three, I'm kind of like I'm rolling the dice on all of them at once, and
Hmm.
then viewing it as a long-term play. It's just seeing how this works out. And like one of the people I cold called is investor in real estate and commercial real estate. And I was looking into that too, because there's like a lot of opportunities for that for positive cash flow. So it's just like it's trying to not, divert attention to too many
Hmm.
things and just get really focused on one thing that's already working and double down on it. Same thing I'm
Hmm.
I'm I'm telling you, it's like practice what I preach kind of thing. It's like
Right.
what's working, and how can I double down on that or get employees to help me with the
Hmm.
outreach efforts. So that's kind of where we're at now.
If you want, man, I could find out if you're open to coming. I could see if there's any tickets left to this networking event in Miami. It's Friday, October 14th.
Um, yeah, maybe I'll look into that definitely. I'm kind of like working on the Memphis crowd right now, but yeah, maybe
Hmm.
might be good to go
Because,
to a networking event.
yeah, I mean, like with lucid dreaming, like anyone is pretty much your customer, you know?
Yeah, anyone who sleeps is my customer. That's like that was the pitch when I was thinking about raising funds, for the startup. And I was like, they're like, what's your target market? I'm like, people who sleep.
And the bank's like, no, we need a specific. You're like, no, actually, people who sleep. Um, I'll send you a screenshot
Yeah, cool.
of
I'll
the
check it out.
event.
If I have time, I'll definitely consider that. I hear Florida is not doing too well right now with the hurricane.
Yeah,
appropriately
I
named
have
Hurricane Ian.
yeah, I have a one of my clients is in Orlando, and I'm like, how is it over there? He's like, dude, the only people who are freaking out are the New Yorkers who just moved down here in the past few years and they've never experienced it. He said,
Exactly.
me, I'm fine. He's like, I've lived here my whole life. This happens every year.
Part of the course.
Yeah, he was like, it's normal. He's like, yeah, it's just bad rain with a little bit of flooding. Like nothing's new. I was like, huh, that's a very interesting way of putting it. I was like, the news doesn't see it that way. They're like, yeah, of course.
Well, the news needs shock factor to get people
Of
watching it.
course. Yeah.
So
That's why I do not watch that shit. If
smart. Yeah.
honestly, if it
Avoid
doesn't,
news and entertainment as much as possible. It changes
yeah,
your life.
listen, it not to sound like a prick, but if it doesn't affect me directly, why do I need to consume everything about it?
Yeah, and you got to think about just like with certain entertainment, who's feeding you what narrative and why are they feeding you that narrative, right? Maybe it's
Mm,
just them like they want to make money, so they come up with a cool story. But that story could have negative aspects that then affect your subconscious. It because your
yeah,
subconscious is like a 5-year-old. It doesn't know the difference between reality and fake. So if you feed it enough negative information, it's gonna start assuming a negative reality.
right, yeah, kind of like a scary movie, and then you start
Yeah,
having nightmares for the rest of your life.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing. It just it forms that pattern of like this is now my new reality. So that's why
Hmm.
when you it's so important every night as you go to sleep to intend a new reality of what you'd like to experience and believe you've already achieved it. Because then your subconscious will think, oh, well, that reality is already achieved. So now the patterns need to line up and I'll create that specific habits and actions that align with that reality. And it's all
Mm.
unconscious. Like 95% of what we do is robotic. Like we have no control over. It's really only 5% of conscious effort we can change per day.
Hmm. Hmm.
If the same thoughts you had the day before, you pretty much do the same actions and you pretty much have the same emotions, unless you actively are working on changing them. But like
I like that.
90% of the population, yeah, they're just, it's the same loop.
It makes total sense that they get stuck in that loop too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a I call it a feedback loop where it's like we're all vibrating on specific frequencies and your emotion, vibrates at, 98.1 or 103.6, whatever that specific range. And one station's getting terror nightmares, like Armageddon, and the other station's
Hmm.
playing cool jazz, right? It's like you
Hmm.
just tune to the specific frequency you want and experience that reality.
Yeah, I kind of felt that way when I was just working 9 to 5. It's like I felt stuck in the same loop of like wake up, drive 90 minutes to work 9 to 5, drive home 90 minutes, go to the gym, eat dinner, shower, go to sleep, and repeat.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like I was the first like few days I didn't have to do that, or even when I was sick with pneumonia and I was just able to just go outside and like just breathe fresh air for like the first time on like a Tuesday afternoon. I was just like, holy shit. Like
Game changing.
yeah, like this is such a break. Like holy shit. Like now I need to do this.
Excellent.
So
All right, man. Well, I'll let you know how it goes with your sister.
mhm.
I'll keep you looped in, and then feel free to book a time next week if you want to do the around the same time.
Yes. What's
Let me
today's
see.
date? Today's Wednesday.
Yeah, it'll be the
Wednesday I
5th.
won't be able to do. Just because Jewish holidays.
Yep, Yom Kippur.
Um mhm. Let's do Thursday. I could do a later time on Thursday. I could do or earlier time. I mean, I could do if you want to do like 7.
Thursdays I is when I do the cold call and interview sessions. So I your sister I booked a time tomorrow too. Shoot, I might have to reschedule for her. But I normally block off that time. Yeah, let's plan for can you do Friday?
Okay, Friday the seven. Just
Let's see, it's
look real quick. Yeah, Friday 7th. What time?
yeah, you want to do around like 7?
Yeah, let's do 7 o'clock.
Okay, cool.
And
Friday.
with my sister, her schedule's pretty crazy. Just FYI.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, she wanted to do a phone call anyway, so I might just like do it like in between sessions.
Yeah,
So yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. Worst case, I'll just reschedule. But so Friday at 7, let me go ahead and schedule that. And yeah, I'll talk to you then. Let me know if you need anything in
cool.
the meantime.
Awesome. Sounds good, man. Good luck this week with everything. And I'll try telling myself what I want to dream about tonight.
Yeah. Believe it's already happened
Awesome.
and you'll experience it.
Boom. Love it.
Talk
Thanks,
to you
man.
later.
Talk to you soon.